Hey, what's up, YouTube? Where am I looking? The camera's here. Hi. What's up, YouTube? We're back again for another beer review. You know what? The beer review is coming along pretty well. Mostly because I have like 2 reviews ready to roll out ahead of time, so it's great. Fun fact: I guess I should say 2 weeks ago. That's how far ahead I am. The beer review from 2 weeks ago, I was late, so I gotta make sure I schedule my beer reviews to come out so I don't forget. I'm probably gonna have them roll out around noontime. We're gonna keep it Wednesday. I just forgot before. So anyways, enough of that. Let's see today's brew. This one has a bit of an interesting history with me. I reviewed this beer probably, I want to say like 5 or 6 years ago, but it didn't make it onto the channel. I reviewed like 5 or 6 beers with my camera and everything before I started actually posting them on YouTube, and for some reason they just never made it online. I just recorded them just for the heck of it, just to watch myself, and it never went anywhere. But this particular one, I saw, I forget his name. I think his name was Big Joe D or something like that. He's another beer reviewer on YouTube, and I saw him review this particular beer, and I wanted to try it, and I found it at my store. Haven't really seen it much since. I did see it one other time, and I did try it. And I think that's when I was taking a break from reviews, so I never reviewed it, even though I probably should have. But I don't remember what it tasted like. So, and I will say, when I reviewed it all that long time ago and never posted it, I didn't really like it. And I don't think Joe D really liked it either. He was kind of like, oh, the more I drink it, the more I don't like it. I personally think that it, I hadn't developed my taste for different kinds of beers yet back then. So I saw it today and I was like, I gotta get it, because we have to have a revisit. It's been a while, and the review itself, it never made it onto the channel, so now it's gonna be forever here on my YouTube. So that beer would be the Arrogant Bastard Ale from Stone Brewery. We just did a Stone Brewery beer in the delicious one. This is a whole nother animal, or demon. I mean, because look at the can. He's giving you the stink eye. Okay, so this is gonna be funny and fun. So this particular brew, it is brewed and canned by Arrogant Consortia, Escondido, California, and also in Richmond, Virginia. I was reading that and I'm like, wow, that sounds familiar. Well, yeah, because you just did a Stone Brewery beer last review. Drink fresh, numbskull. It is right there. Yeah, not much else on the can. So let's go on over to Beer Advocate and see what they have to say about it. Wow, that was a whole bunch of lag. Good job, computer. So anyway, am I lagging? No, I'm okay now. Sweet. Good. So, as you can see, over on BeerdedMECH.com, we have a 92, which is outstanding. Yay! Yay! Outstanding! Much like all the beers I've been reviewing lately, they just seem to be doing very well. It's nice. Arrogant Consortia is where it's from. It's an American strong ale. I don't think I've read the description for that yet. The ABV is a 7.2, which, back in the day when I first reviewed this, I was like, wow, that's a lot. It's not. So, score, is the 92 is ranked out of 4,577 ratings, so that's kind of a lot. Just ratings by the people on the site, there's 7,922 of them, and 3,232 of them are reviews. And I read this ranking wrong. This is ranking against all beers, so that's number 4,577. That's a freaking high number. Like, you know, from like the number one beer all the way down to that, even though it's a 92, that's crazy. It makes me wonder what the number one beer is, or the number, you know, the 1 through 10 beers in terms of rankings on Beer Advocate. Like, I wonder if any of them I could actually find. That would be insane to try. They're probably expensive too. But anyway, the availability of this is active, so it's around. It just depends on who's selling it. Let's see. Notes are Arrogant Bastard Brewing Co. We believe that pandering to the lowest common denominator represents the height of tyranny, a virtual form of keeping the customer barefoot and stupid. Brought forth upon an unsuspecting public in 1997, Arrogant Bastard Ale openly challenged the tyrannical overlords who were brazenly attempting to keep Americans chained in the shackles of poor taste. As the progenitor, I don't even know what that means. Progenitor, I don't know, of its style, Arrogant Bastard Ale has reveled in its unprecedented and uncompromising celebration of intensity. There have been many nods to Arrogant Bastard Ale, even outright attempts to copy it, but only one can ever embody the true nature of liquid arrogance. That's funny. And I remember back when I reviewed it before, when it didn't get onto the channel, it had a very interesting write-up, and it came in this big bottle. It was like this freaking tall. It was huge, and it had like a cork with, like, you know, the metal thing around it, like a wine bottle would. And I was like, wow, this is serious. And then I was really like disappointed when I didn't love it, but I had to, I guess, you know, acquire my taste. So we're gonna read up on what an American Strong Ale is real quick. A catch-all style category for beers from 7% alcohol by volume and above. Some may even be as high as 20% ABV. As a result, color, aroma, and flavor characteristics will greatly vary. Some have similarities to barley wines and old ales. Barrel aging is certainly not out of the question. That doesn't really give me a ton of information, but that's fine. Moving on! Again with the dropped frame rate. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of... Sorry, I'm gonna get this out of the way so I can open this and get it in a glass. Can't even see it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. This looks so weird because of the green screen. It's like the head is like a snowy TV that's having trouble getting a signal. Like, you can see into the beer like it's a portal. That's so weird. Yep, I remember the color, and I almost kind of remember the smell and the taste of it right after I opened it up. Just came to me. Look at the freaking. I mean, even though it looks funny because it's a green screen, that you can tell that's a lot of head, and it's doing that thing again, where it's really freaking dense. It's a very creamy, doesn't want to move around much kind of head. Almost looks like freaking pudding. Like, that's weird. Huh. It smells, see, one of the things is here, I mean, they didn't really describe the beer, as like, how it's brewed, what it's supposed to taste like, what it's supposed to smell like. They didn't really say anything like that, in their notes here, but, all they did was talk about how intense it is. But I will tell you, there's one thing I do know about it. There are characteristics of dark fruit in it. I know that from, before, when I tried it. Get another look here. It's got a great color. It looks a little lighter in person, if I'm honest. It definitely has the kind of reddish brown thing kind of going for it. It doesn't smell like it. I say it smells fruity, but it doesn't smell like citrus IPA kind of fruity, or Belgian white ale fruity. Not like that at all. Some kind of dark fruit. It's probably going to have an intense taste. I don't remember if it's going to have a lot of hops. I kind of would expect not, but it is an ale, so maybe. I think with beers like this, you tend to get more, barley malt flavors than just straight up hops. I thought the information on Beer Advocate used to say how many IBUs it had, but it doesn't. Whatever, that's fine. So anyway, we have to bust through this this foamy head here to get to the beer. So let's get right to it. Cheers, you guys. Hey. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can see why I didn't really like it the first time I tried it. It was like 6-7 years ago. I just wasn't used to the stuff. Well, not used to the stuff, but I wasn't used to stronger beers. Funny enough, a little bit of story time. I wasn't introduced to beer the way people usually are. I didn't go to house parties or drink with my friends. I mean, I did. To say I didn't drink with my friends would be a lie. I did drink with my friends, but I didn't really drink hardly at all until it was legal. How common is that? You see these kids that they're not 21 yet and they're getting shit-faced. I was not that guy. Of course, I may have tried a beer or two before I turned 21, but it's not like I drank a whole can or a bottle or anything like that. So when I did turn 21, I got my little temporary new license. You had to wait for like the official one to come in the mail, and they gave you a paper one. And I took that down to the gas station that I frequented in my hometown, and I was like, "Do you accept these things? Because if you do, I'm gonna buy this 6-pack of Samuel Adams Boston Lager." That's what I wanted to have my first 6-pack as, was Sam Adams, because it wasn't super high like craft beer level, but it was kind of it's kind of in the middle, because that's how Sam Adams is in terms of like beer quality. They're not quite local craft beer kind of beer, but they're really close. And I wanted something that wasn't just a Bud Light, or like my coworkers would call it, a Bud Latte. No, I didn't want to go that route. As far as light beer went, I had tried Heineken and I tried Coors Light, and I can tell you what, Heineken is a strange beer to try when you're not accustomed to beer. I didn't even finish it. So strange. Now I love it. You know, I love a good Heineken every now and then. So anyways, my point is, I didn't have an acquired taste yet when I turned 21 and started drinking beer. So this, I hadn't been experimenting with more flavorful beers. I hadn't started experimenting with those until probably like about 5 years ago, maybe 6. I don't know, but I'm rambling at this point again. So basically, what I'm trying to get at is, last time I tried to review this, I did not acquire the taste for stronger beers. So after all that rambling, I'm a little thirsty. Let's have a larger swig and see what we get from that. It is good. I don't think I'd get it all the time. It does have like a bitter aftertaste to it, but it also kind of has, this is going to throw you, but one thing I'm not a big fan of is beers that have like that syrupy aftertaste to them. It almost can remind you of cough syrup, like the feeling it gives you after you swallow it. This kind of does that, unfortunately, but it tends to be a bit more bitter than anything else. It tends to be more bitter than it does syrupy, which is good. But the taste itself is nice. It is intense. It is strong. It does have that dark fruit kind of thing going on. It's hard to explain really what else is going on there, but it's like this sweet, semi-sweet sort of dark fruit flavor, and then in the back end it's a little syrupy but mostly bitter, if that makes any sense. So there's a lot of foam. So this ended up being a bit of a longer video, guys. A little bit of a story time in the middle there. This is actually kind of like a sipping beer because it's so strong. But I agree with the 92. Personally, I think I'd give it probably an 8 because I'm not liking the syrupiness at the end, even though it is prominently bitter, which I'm fine with that. It's a lot of mouthfeel, it's a lot of flavor, it's a lot of intensity. It's a true, no frills, honest, strong ale. That's what it is. So if you're into that and you want something that's going to tickle your taste buds, as weird as that sounds to say, this would be a good option. And I recommend that anybody who is interested in a stronger beer, not necessarily stronger alcohol-wise, but just stronger in taste, give it a try for sure, because it is very tasty and is going to kind of throw you for a loop a little bit. So anyways, guys, thank you again for stopping by and watching me ramble about beer and trying new things and trying some old things that I did not like before, but now I kind of do because I can appreciate the flavor. So thank you again. Have a beer, guys. Cheers.